This time on Modern Explorers, Jokke is on a mission in Alaska.
I mean, I'm just looking at gold or something turning into maybe. I don't know.
He desperately wants to speed ride on the surface of Pontoon Peak. But will the weather gods and the pilot let him? So, time to do some alternative exercises.
Hanging down on this thing.
Jokke says it's super hard. Miles says your inner monkey will come out.
The Alaska expedition continues with Jokke Sommer and Miles Dasher on Modern Explorers.
A world unknown. 3 friends, 1 drive. Explore the limits of human potential. Welcome to Modern Explorers.
Before he headed off to Alaska, Jokke made a stopover in California to visit some old friends. Jumping from a plane while preparing for a truly cold expedition to Alaska.
You're in Alaska, buddy.
Together with Miles Dasher, Jokke took to the sky in a helicopter before landing on snow-capped mountains. In order to go speed flying, combining mountain air with powder snow. To taste the freedom and untapped potential of the Alaskan mountains. Jokke has very high safety standards. This has helped him to maintain a 0 crash rate. The same is true of Miles Dasher from Twin Falls, Idaho. Being over 50 and still jumping and flying in safety is well beyond the norm. For Modern Explorers, they, together with Espen Fadnes and Niccolo Porcella, travel through the Americas, Europe, and Asia, and perform some of the most dangerous sports on the planet.
With all the years, I've lost over 40 friends. Up to 7 a year. Now on average, maybe 3 to 4.
A lot of people think that what we're doing is totally dangerous, and yes, you're right. It is totally dangerous.
Pushing the limits of extreme sports is always dangerous. But for those brave enough to take to the skies in the name of exploration, the rewards are huge.
3, 2, 1, go!
It's a passion and a calling that goes well beyond the limits of everyday life.
I don't care about how old I grow.
In life, all good things must come to an end. There's no guarantees in life. There is one that nobody gets out alive, so you might as well really enjoy the ride.
But as soon as I die, I don't believe that it's gonna end whatsoever. When I die, then this life doesn't exist anymore, and then you start a new adventure, which could be a completely different whatever it is.
Wait.
Their adventurous tour around the world has now brought them to Alaska to enjoy nature in its purest form with a bunch of friends.
It's amazing to be able to share times in the mountains with your friends. It's about the times that you're living your life to the fullest and going big and sharing dreams with your bros.
I'm so happy about every year that I make, you know? I'm like, oh, yeah, we made another year. That means more adventures coming.
It's morning at the lodge in Cordova, Alaska, a peaceful site on an inland stretch of the North Pacific Ocean. Everybody is ready for breakfast and a new day of flying. Well, almost everybody.
Good morning. Hey, good morning. Happy 420. Yeah, how are you, my friend? Yeah. You get your beauty rest, it looks like it's working.
Dude, so good.
Yeah, how are we looking today for weather, huh? It's a little milky.
A little hazy.
There's some good light on that. Yeah, man.
Yeah, buddy.
Rise and shine, my brother. Let's do it. Let's do this. I'm gonna go check the breakfast scene out, get some coffee. Right on, Jokke.
Put on like
Let's have some fun today, huh?
Yeah.
420. Woo, let's have some fun. See you later.
In the morning you wake up and everyone is excited to go for another adventure. And I think like when you're doing it together with someone, you have this this atmosphere that is more in the sense of like a sharing something, an adventure that makes you excited, and you can either eat the excitement off from the other one or also the fear, you know, because not everyone is super excited. Maybe someone are a little more nervous than the others. So all the emotions that you have gets amplified because there's more emotions in the room. We're gonna have a big mission one of the next days, and then hopefully get that one. Every time we were eating, I was sitting there and I was watching this like beautiful picture of a sunset of one of the biggest mountains in the region called the Pontoon. And the picture to me was just so perfect that I was like, you know what, even if we have to spend the whole rest of the budget on one flight, I want it to be that one. We can do it. With all the good vibes in this group, we can make it happen. We can make it happen. Just keep the good vibes going, and we got this. Yeah, it's something we have to set ourselves some big goals and dreams. The reason why we came here is mostly because we want to speed ride and, you know, speed fly some of the more majestic type of mountains. And here you have the opportunity to ride in some of the most, you know, unique mountains that has very steep features, but with very good snow on it. I'm excited to at least be out there and be out in the field in the zone where no other human can go, unless you want to be like the old school explorers and take a massive chance.
The whole face of Pontoon has never been flown. No one's ever taken a wing off Pontoon. It's perfect.
Yeah. Well, I'm ready for Pontoon. How do you think this life is going to turn out with this?
Hard saying, but you know, it's getting much better. It's a lot of daylight.
Jake is one of the guides who has known the area for years, but he and his colleagues are relatively new to speed riding.
Yeah, this is more like, you know, a beginner speed flying, speed rider wing. It's a bit hard to ride with because it has a lot of lift. It's a lot bigger than the ones we use, because the ones we use are they only give you lift when you're in very high speed. So it's more friendly if you want to, for example, ski something like these mountains here. You need a smaller wing because it will stay more on the deck for a longer period of time.
The principle behind speed riding and speed flying is being able to enjoy mountain faces that are not suitable for regular skiing. The parachute is a great tool for getting airborne at canyons, at parts that are too steep, or where the surface is too thin.
And you never drop these, because if you get them in between the lines, they'll twist. So keep that in your hand and take the front riser.
Jokke has been training as a speed flyer for a long time in Europe, just like cameraman Alex. Miles was almost born with wings, so he knows how to handle this kind of gear. Now that the other guys have seen the modern explorers speed flying down their mountains, they want to get in on the action too.
You see the canopy is moving? Mm-hmm. You want to naturally go under the canopy. The same way it's gonna fly, you know? Right. When you're like in the sky, you're like this. So you're not fighting against it.
Alex, he's a very great guy to work with because he's very easy to work with. And his skills are so wide, you know, so he can cover most of the stuff. He's so comfortable in the mountains, either if it's climbing or in the snow. So, you know, he's a very strong person to bring on the team.
Start to feel it.
You know, so you just need to be like a little bit more accurate with the, like more quiet with the input you give, and just be under the canopy.
It's not easy. It's pretty cool. Really cool. I've never dealt with wings or flown paragliders or anything before, so it's kind of interesting to, you know, feel the power of the wind, and it's pretty neat. It's awesome.
The less you do, the better.
Perfect. It's just like my brain. Awesome.
One of the big issues, you know, about this place is the gamble with the weather. And you can pretty much come here and sit here for 10 days straight in the rain. So we were checking out the next mission and, like, you know, where do we want to go and what was the best opportunities.
This is also awesome.
That's cool, dude.
You know, that's a really big one.
Pontoon, how far are you going down?
About $4,000.
Yeah.
$5,000.
That's good, huh? $5,000, that's good. Yeah, well, let's do that then.
But those two are good ones.
Yeah, it's massive. As you're in Alaska, and if it's not snowing or not raining, and if you have visibility, you're going. It's not like you have those days every day. We have a lot of clouds, so I guess it'll be some looking for holes here and there. That only makes it a little bit more interesting. Plus, if you get to fly and you have some big clouds, fluffy clouds around you, it just looks even more beautiful. So.
This morning's mission is to speed fly one new mountain, not too far away, not Pontoon Peak. The weather in the area looks good, so the guides are satisfied.
It's looking pretty nice. Only a few clouds here and there. And the winds are light for right now. Let's hope it keeps up like that. And we're also exploring some new areas out there that we haven't gone to before. So looking to get in some new stuff.
The heli takes the modern explorers up north a bit to the Chuga mountain range. Here, peaks rise up to as much as 4 kilometers high. And being so close to the Gulf of Alaska, the area gets immense amounts of snow. There's no other place on the planet that gets more snow annually.
We make it out there and we can see that the clouds are starting to kind of build up here and there. At the moment, it's still blue skies, but you can see that, you know, the clouds are really building fast.
Growing cloud cover could mean trouble, but for the moment, everything looks good. It's time to get the canopies right, the skis on, and the cameras rolling. And to hold a brief mountaintop conference.
Like there's like a lip, you got to clear a couple of lips coming down, you know, just
We're going
flying.
this side, right?
I think it might be better.
I got down below, Jokke and Alex are ready to go.
All right, have fun, boys.
4, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
The face of this mountain is perfect for doing a lot of flying, and Jokke can't be happier than when he's doing his barrel rolls. Not one, but a series of them.
So if I do, for example, a weight shift to the left with a little bit of an input on the toggle, the wing will get a little bit of a dip that will send the wing spiraling around. So you can do a barrel roll or like a corkscrew. And this way we call that like a barrel roll in the sense of that what we do is to kind of go upside down, get a little overview of the terrain, and to be able to, once we're upside down, you could choose to like speed it up or to keep the same speed, or to release so it goes upside down and you stall it, and then it will start diving back towards the terrain. And then when you see that, okay, now I've lost enough altitude, you do the last rotation and you go back down to the terrain. So if you have a little bit too much altitude, you use the barrel roll as a way to go back down. Or you can also use it as just an artistic way of flying, where you're flying maybe parallel to the ground, and you can go do barrel rolls without actually going higher or lower on the terrain. The hard thing with barrel rolls is to judge, because it goes in very high speed, and you have to judge, like especially if you're doing barrel rolls to stalls to then release and come back out and swoop the terrain. then you really need to calculate constantly, because first you go upside down, then you're looking into snow, which is hard to judge. And you gotta know that, okay, this snow is like, it might be that you misjudge it by 10, 20 meters, you know? So it's very important to, once you're coming out of it, to not only be too fixated on the ground, but also look a little bit in the line of how the wing, because the wing has a recovery arc, so it comes out and it's gonna start flying horizontal again. But then you can also look in the horizon and see, okay, how does my horizon look? How does the line really look? In this group, the most aggressive would be me. I did a lot of flying when I used to live in the Swiss Alps, and I was always used to flying aggressive with these wings, you know, and I have a small wing. So if you look at the size of the wing of Miles, is a 12 square meter, while mine is a 7.5.
Wow. We came in a little too fast, but at least we got to shred the line there.
Speed flying, speed riding, skiing, the guys are all doing their own thing and enjoying the beautiful Alaskan mountains, both in their own way and together. For Jokke, this is always key. To him, practicing extreme sports is like playing in a band.
It's so important that the energy in the group and the energy with all the people you're spending time with is good. Because if it's not good, you cannot, you don't want to find yourself in a dangerous environment like that without feeling like having a good state of flow. If you're focusing on something that was negative and annoying, you know, you might get hurt because you're not really in the right element, in the right state of mind. You cannot be with people who you can't connect well with.
With the group connecting and feeding off their shared energy, they head for the next mountain. The chopper pilot is ready to go, and the weather is still okay, so they line up another run.
That was good, huh?
The guys have been up here for just 2 hours. The score is already huge, and the end is nowhere in sight. And there's a new mountain waiting just around the corner. Jokke and his friends don't feel like stopping.
We make it to the top there. What we didn't see right away was that a little further over, coming in from the ocean, was this heavy storm.
Next thing you know, the clouds are building and building and building, and as they do in the mountains on a nice warm day, because the moisture is just pulling up and creating these giant cumulus clouds out there. So they came in on us and was like, hey, we gotta move.
Ooh, that stuff is coming back pretty fast.
We're getting the calls from the other guides. We gotta go. We gotta jam out of here. We gotta get to the bottom as soon as possible.
The winds were just wrong, and you know, downdrafts and things like that. So we just got shuffled.
You guys, get ready, because this is gonna be Yeah, I'm ready in 1.5 minutes. Oh, dude, we gotta go. Yeah, if you're ready, you guys pretty much go to the left or right of the track. Hey, You guys have fun.
For guides Jake and Nathan, escorting a group of speed flyers remains a special operation.
Having speed flyers in the zone is definitely a big shift of gears. It's a whole nother aspect. You gotta think about wind and touchdown areas, and it's a different aspect because they're not skiing on it. Storms build and back off, and you never know whether the winds are gonna switch or clouds are gonna move in at noon, or they're not gonna move until 6.
Nice, we made it before the storm.
A storm's approaching, and these guys know that these are no conditions to fly in. So this time, really, pack everything up and head back to the lodge in safety.
The weather here is definitely one of those major issues, but that also makes the adventure a bit more unique.
Hold the line! Yeah! That's key. That's the key part, the home alive part.
Yeah, it's the only thing that matters.
In a single morning, Jokke, Miles, and their friends have flown as much as other people do in the space of days. Satisfied and a little bit tired, they head back. But they're not too tired to get some other, more relaxing exercise in the bay.
At the Orca Cannery, we found some kayaks, and we decided to head out just a little bit up the river here to this little tiny waterfall. But it was nice just to be out and get a little feel for being out in that type of weather and just using our bodies rather than sitting on the ground. We went up to this tiny waterfall. Nothing special, but it was nice to just be outside.
It's got barnacles living on it, and it was the wish and dreams of these barnacles to go skipping across the water.
Oh,
Go check out this waterfall, huh?
Yeah.
Beautiful. It's a beautiful waterfall.
fresh water, best in town.
Little misty waterfall action. Modern explorers.
Kayaking can be, super fun, even though it was raining and a little miserable in the beginning, but then all of a sudden the sun started popping out, so it was a nice little mini adventure.
That was a fun paddle, huh?
It's good training, just to train some upper muscles.
Stay loose.
Yeah.
We're constantly moving.
All the different weather.
Yeah, bro.
The only thing we didn't have was snow, but I know out there's a lot of snow coming now.
While he's really happy with all his airtime, Jokke still has something on his mind, the magical pontoon peak.
If we do that, what can we do tomorrow morning? Because if we can do that...
If we go there, we're done, If we go there, we go do one run today.
Yeah.
And it might be the most epic run ever.
Yeah, ever.
Right? Could be.
Literally ever.
Or we go all day tomorrow.
It's good too. It's good too.
I think we go for a skydive, man, and call it a good day,
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
We can definitely do that. I mean, I'm just looking at gold.
Yeah.
Or something turning into maybe.
We don't know that pontoon goes yet.
Pontoon?
It ramps, it rolls over to steep. If you botch your takeoff, you're gonna die.
anything. That's what I mean. So you can choose.
But it's
you can
always good
choose
to-
though to risk it all day tomorrow or risk it once tonight.
I'm gonna risk it all day.
I know.
Yeah, take
know,
more
that's why-
chances.
that's why I
Roll the
love you.
dice, brother.
But if we don't go there, at least we can do a base jump, right? Or a heli jump.
I think so. Yeah, let's go pack some parachutes.
And that is how action sporters do business together. They negotiate without mercy, and then afterwards, they blow off steam with some base jumping.
One of my favorite things to do in a helicopter, if you're skydiving from it, is to hang from underneath the helicopter. So that's what we're gonna go do. I'm trying to figure out how to get from here to hanging down on this thing.
And, as always, Chris is thinking one step ahead.
Jokke says it's super hard. Miles says your inner monkey will come out and you'll figure it out on the spot. I'm thinking I'll wrap my leg and just climb down like that. But I might fall, which isn't the end of the world.
The conditions for a jump was just epic. We were super excited about it, and just that heli ride up there was so stunning. Looking out over the ocean and seeing those islands. Fired up to throw our way out of the chopper and smile and laugh all the way down.
The guys have finished their day in a typically extreme way, but Miles wants to finish his landing perfectly by having a drink waiting for him on the ground.
Like a champion, brother.
It feels so good when you let go of that paddle bar, dude. It's just that little
floating
that feeling in the stomach where you're like, ooh, what happened here?
And with this base jump, it's really time to call it a day. The storm that came in is moving away, and the weather looks rather promising.
It's looking amazing, bro. It's looking really good out there. No wind, crispy snow. It's perfect.
Today looked like a great day. Nice and sunny, and we'll see how long it holds for. So we'll hopefully get some good flying in, no winds, and yeah, we'll see what the day brings us.
talk to the guides and we say, okay, you know, our big goal, our big dream is pontoon. If we can get it, let's do it.
Being able to get into the mountains for 3 days in a row is already great, but Jokke wouldn't be Jokke if he didn't hold on to his dream. For now, his dream will have to wait. Pontoon is experiencing severe weather right now. There are plenty of alternative peaks around, though.
But as we had the parachutes, they saw it as an opportunity to bring us up to places where they would only bring the best of the best skiers.
Super excited because we have headwind finally at the top, and with the headwind we're going to be able to ski down here as slow as possible.
You guys ready for a Jokke?
This is going to be sick, boys.
So after the first run, we were super excited to keep going because this phase really had so much for us to work with, and there was so many opportunities for us to, you know, really progress as speed riders, and also being able to, you know, pull off skiing and speed riding in a way that we had never done before.
Now it again. This one is nice. Beautiful. That's the one. That's the one!
Here we are in the Chugach Mountains doing some helicopter speed riding, which is amazing. To hike one of these mountains would take you hours and possibly all day, and we're doing laps up here in the mountains, speed riding with our friends.
I'd like to get over here too later, you know what I mean? Because look at that's a beautiful feature. We're gonna ski that out, then we bump it over, and look at this beautiful stuff. Start thinking about that too.
Yeah, sure.
Jokke with his barrel rolls. Yeah, and Alex is right below you. You guys came converging.
I saw him all the time. So
It looked beautiful, man.
The mountain the guys have been dropped on this morning turns out to be perfect for a variety of flights. It seems like, after working together for a couple of days, the mountain guides have figured out exactly what the modern explorers are looking for. And this face is perfect.
try that other one, huh? Well, what about pontoon? Is this like...
I think that's doable. I think we can start flying on that upper bench.
Just the orientation of the wind is not.
Yeah, this is the wind
ideal.
Yeah. This is good.
It will be windier up higher, but it seems to be trending to get slower, lighter winds.
Like if we can like.
Awesome, thanks for the news. All these guys are ready over here. We're gonna do one more lap over here on CFCs and then possibly bump that direction.
The heli is happy to take Jokke, Miles, and their friends up to the top for the last flight of the morning. Speed flying, just like a bird, on skis.
These wings are giving us a superpower that, you know, we wouldn't have any chance to access this if it wasn't for that. So, yeah, just being there and flying those lines and being able to ski them too.
To an outsider, speed flying might seem like a relaxing activity. In reality, it is a demanding sport, requiring, just like wingsuit flying, constant focus. As such, it's no surprise that even Jokke is a little low on energy and satisfied. News about the pontoon mission on the radio does nothing to change that.
We can do one more unless you think there's one other phase.
Pilot said no way on pontoon. He said the winds are just way.
Yeah, that's fine, that's fine.
The pontoon mission is off the list, which is a shame. But as these mountain action sporters say, the peak will be around for another 1,000,000 years, so there's no rush. And in this part of the mountain range, the weather is stable enough to do another lift, or two.
I went for a barrel roll and it was so smooth because I could see the whole face pretty much being upside down while I'm looking down the ridge, just shoved in like 3 in a row. And it was, you know, one of those rides that started, you know, super technical and ended up being so much fun, just playing all the way down to the landing area.
Kind of just picked it apart and just kind of skied every little aspect of that run, you know, which normally we can't do because we're skiing at the bottom of it, you know, and going down and making turns with the wings and launching off the end, you know, little diving boards here and there.
Yeah! Woo! You can't see anymore. It's dangerous. Woo! Let's go do it again.
So I said to Alex, okay, the light is getting worse. This is probably gonna be our last flight in Alaska, but we should go for it, even if it's a little miserable in the beginning, but in the end, we know it now, we know the line, we know how to really work our way down to the edge of this cliff. We know it's the last flight, so we're not gonna push it. We're just gonna do what we have been doing all day and work our way down to where we wanna get. And you know, as we're starting, I go slow and I make it to the first entry of the ridge. Okay, so here comes the last final step, like the final roll before we're on the last part of the steepest area of the spine. As I go, I roll, I do another barrel roll straight off the cliff. And I do another one further down and I fly out as fast as I can and I look back up and I just see the whole face spraying.
Causing avalanches is usually not something you want to do. But in this area, where there's no other people around, and with a wing that can help you escape if necessary, it can be a ton of fun.
All right, that's our cue. Crushing lines. Let's go home and crush some beers.
It's the end of the speed flying expedition in Alaska. The guys have more than achieved their mission, with or without pontoon. It's time to fly down to the lodge for the last time to prepare for the final part of the mission. Mission complete. Jokke knows that people often don't understand how he deals with all this high risk.
I experienced life to be a fun thing, but then I sort of realized that, well, eventually you're gonna grow up and be serious and stop having fun. And I was like, that idea kind of scared me. Well, then I'm just gonna play until I die. At the end of the day, you're free. You're fully free. You're a free soul in a world that is so limited.
Roaming the world, flying like a bird, and making new friends on windy mountaintops.
We're a bit different than others, but we're definitely not crazy, because if we're crazy, we die very fast in this sport. So we can be strong characters, but on very, I would say, like, determination point of view. Like, we're strong, determined.
Next time, Jokke and Miles travel to China, where they reunite with Espen and Nicolo and many other wingsuit flying friends. They'll take to the skies from exit points on remote Chinese mountaintops.
I gotta get this thing going. Everyone's gearing up. We're about to start sending people. I would jump right now if I could.
And they'll participate in the Wings for Love competition.
That is insane.
Testing their skills against teams from around the world.
Perfect, boys. We have a plan.
Next time on Modern Explorers.